Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled The Dynasty That Never Was, How the Padres Stole the 2010 National League West and Changed Baseball Forever. Imagine if the most tortured National League fan base in California, no, not the Giants before 2010, I'm talking about the other one, went from perennial October bystander to a two-time champion and the biggest thorn in the Dodgers side for 15 years. No even year magic. No Cody Ross NLCS heroics. No Giants dynasty. Instead, the San Diego Padres, Anthony Rizzo in brown and gold, Fernando Tatis Jr. debuting a year early, two World Series banners hanging at Petco Park, and a rivalry with the Dodgers that turns into the West Coast version of Yankees Red Sox. That's the universe we're diving into today, where the Padres don't collapse in September 2010, hold on to win the National League West, and send baseball history down a completely different path. Part 1, 2010, the stand that changes everything. In real life, the 2010 Padres were that team, the one everyone expected to fade. They led the National League West for most of the summer before the offense dried up and the Giants passed them in the final weekend. Here, we give them just enough offense down the stretch to hold off San Francisco. 93 wins to 92, clinching the division on the final day in San Francisco. Petco Park goes crazy, Giants fans are disappointed, and Bud Black finally gets his moment. 2010 postseason, NLDS, Padres Braves is a series of attrition. Matt Latos throws a gem in game one. The bullpen slams the door in game four, and the Padres take the series 3-1. NLCS, Phillies are too much. Halliday, Oswalt, and Hamill shut them down in 5 games. But the Padres have their first postseason series win since 1998. World Series, Phillies beat the Rangers in 5. The Giants, they're on the couch. No parade, no torture being lifted, and without that ring, the whole even year magic phenomenon is still 2 years away from existing, if it exists at all. Part 2, 2010 to 2014. The Padres stay in the fight. The offseason looks similar at first. Adrian Gonzalez is still traded to Boston, but the Padres leverage his postseason star into extra pieces in addition to Anthony Rizzo. And here's where you get our first big divergence from real life. Anthony Rizzo never leaves San Diego. No Andrew Cashner trade. No Cubs face of the franchise. He's the Padres' cornerstone from 2012 onward. When it comes to some future years, 2011, Diamondbacks take the West. Padres hang around at 83 and 79 with the Giants at 500. In the playoffs, same as in real life with the Cardinals stunning the league and winning the World Series. 2012, Padres finish 87-75, get the second wild card. They do beat the Braves in the wild card game before falling to the Nationals in the NLDS. However, in this universe, the Giants lose the NLCS to the Nationals, and their second real life ring also does not happen. 2013, Dodgers take the West, but the Padres go 90-72 as the wild card, with the Reds knocking them out of the wild card game. The Red Sox still win the World Series. However, it's the Dodgers they end up being in the World Series. 2014, Padres are 92-70, second in the National League West. They beat the Pirates in the wild card game, lose the NLDS to the Nationals, and due to the ripple effects we see, the Orioles shock the Dodgers in the World Series. By the end of 2014, the Padres have 4 postseason trips in 5 years. They haven't reached the World Series yet, but their drought of relevancy is over. The Giants, in this universe, no titles. Part 3. 2015 to 2018, Petco Park becomes October stage. Now the Padres get aggressive. Justin Upton in 2015 still happens. The James Shields trade to the White Sox for Fernando Tatis Jr. happens a year earlier than in real life. And with Rizzo locked in, Chase Headley still hanging around, and a wave of arms, they keep on punching their tickets to October. 2015, Padres go 90-72 as the wildcard team. Cubs beat them in extra innings. And just like our universe, the Royals still win it all. 2016, Padres win the West at 95 and 67 and knock out the Dodgers in the NLDS. However, they lose the NLCS to the Cubs, who still win the World Series in this universe. 2017, Dodgers take the National League West. Padres get the wild card, but lose to the Rockies in a one-game playoff. And just like in our universe, the Astros scandal taint title still happens. 2018, Padres go 97-65, win the National League West again. They beat the Braves in the NLDS, Dodgers in the NLCS, but lose the World Series to the Red Sox in 6. But they still get their first pennant since 1998. And the Padres are officially national power. By now, the Padres made the postseason 9 times in 14 years. The Giants, 0 playoff appearances since 2014. Bochy retires after 2017, and Madison Bumgarner gets shipped off to the Yankees in 2018. Part 4, 2019 to 2025, a new national power. Now here's the fun part, the dynasty window. 2019, Machado signs. Tatis Jr. full-time. Padres win 98 games, beat the Dodgers in the NLCS, but lose the World Series to the Astros. 2020, COVID year. Padres beat the Dodgers in the NLDS again, but lose the NLCS to the Braves. Dodgers real-life title gone, and the Braves end up losing the World Series to the Rays. 2021, the peak. Padres win 104 games. Fernando Tatis Jr. wins MVP. Anthony Rizzo hits .455 in the World Series, where they beat the Astros in 6 for their first championship. 2022, Padres win 100 games, but lose the NLDS to the Dodgers. LA finally gets a postseason win over the Padres, though the Braves do win the World Series. 2023, Padres land Juan Soto, win the NLCS over the Braves, lose the World Series to the Rangers in 7. 2024, Padres sign a long-term extension to Juan Soto, win 103 games, cruise through October, beat Baltimore in 7 for their second championship. 2025, Padres win 99 games but lose the NLDS to the Dodgers, with the Mariners winning their first ever title. Part 5, the ripple effects that rewrite baseball. Padres dynasty, 2010 to 2025. 13 playoff appearances, 6 National League pennants, 2 World Series titles. Rizzo, 2 MVPs, 500-plus career home runs. Padres legend instead of a Cubs icon. Fernando Tatis, face of baseball, back-to-back MVPs, 2021 and 2022. Juan Soto signs a mega extension. The Giants collapse. No titles, no dynasty, no even-year legend. Bumgarner is traded early. Bruce Bochy retires without the Hall of Fame lock status. The Dodgers narrative flip. No 2020 title, multiple 100-win seasons, but constant October heartbreak at the hands of San Diego. MLB landscape. Padres-Dodgers rivalry becomes must-watch baseball every year. Petco Park October games are national events. Padres become proof that a small market team can not only compete but sustain dominance, though that small market thing does feel a bit debatable with events such as signing Juan Soto to an extension. Part 6, why this universe works so well. Here's the thing. Nothing in this timeline requires magic beans or fantasy trades. The Padres of 2010 really were that close. A few extra hits in September and the door to this entire alternate reality cracks wide open. From there, it's about momentum, identity, and keeping your cornerstone players, Rizzo, Tatis, Soto, instead of letting them flourish somewhere else. This is a universe where the Padres' biggest heartbreak moment never happens, and instead they become the team inflicting heartbreak. And honestly, for San Diego fans, that's a timeline worth holding on to.